So now what I have labeled here, this is a schematic of how the markets book. On the left, I have a bullish representation. On the right, I have a bearish one. So like I showed you before, price does one of two things: rebalances imbalances and seeks old highs and lows. So in a bullish market, when order flow overall is in an uptrend, we have an impulse high and then we have a retracement. But when price is retracing, what is it retracing to? It's retracing into an internal range liquidity pool, a fair value gap, or an imbalance. And once we wait for that imbalance to be created and tapped into, we're going to anticipate price to react off of that imbalance to then take out the external range high that it left after the impulse. And then if we're in a trending market, we're just going to anticipate this trend to continue. And we have another impulse leg that we get created, leaving an external range high, retracing down into a fair value gap, impulsing, retracing down into a fair value gap, then taking out the external range highs in that flow. Just like the bullish one is the same thing for bearish. If the overall trend of the market is bearish, we're going to be anticipating a low impulse, retrace higher into an internal range liquidity pool, a fair value gap or an imbalance, take out that external range low, retrace into a fair value gap, then drop lower, taking out an external range low, retrace, imbalance, external range low, and so on and so forth. Pretty simple concept, but this is exactly how the market books. Now, showing you an example on the charts. So on the left, bullish example, on the right, a bearish example. So we have an impulse leg here that retraces and drops down into what? There's a little fair value gap here, an imbalance. We tag that imbalance, and then what does price do after that? We react off of here, and then we push up higher, taking out that external range high. So set an impulse leg, draw down lower, reach a imbalance, rebalance it, and then seek the old high. Same thing with the bearish scenario. Impulse leg, retrace into an internal range liquidity pool, then seek that low that created the impulse leg. After we take out that external range liquidity, we have price then create another gap. We trade back up into it, tap the gap, react off of it, take off the low. Simple process, two things: take out highs and lows, rebalance imbalances. Here's another example. We have price pushing up, taking out an external range high. Then you have a small fair value gap resting here, in between these candles resting there. Price tags it, we react off of it, take us up, take out the external range high. After we take out the external range high, price retraces into an imbalance, and then the next draw on liquidity would be that resting high. Simple. Same thing on a bearish scenario. Once we take out the external range low, we are looking for price to draw into the internal range liquidity pool. External, internal range. Price takes out the external high, internal low. External high, internal, external. Simple process. This is how the market books. Once you understand this very, very simple process, you are going to see a dramatic increase on your weekly bias, your daily bias, and overall monthly bias or quarterly, whatever it is. You are then going to start seeing a dramatic increase on your accuracy of analysis. The next thing is just framing the executions, which is what we're going to get into the later videos. But this is your foundation of understanding market direction and how to frame a bias on a week, a day, or a month.